Hello friends, good morning all of you, and let's begin today. I think that you people joined late by 5 minutes, so maybe I think that because of earlier lecture. Okay, so let's start. Yesterday we people just finished verb, and in that verb also people talked what is verb, main verb, transitive verb, intransitive verb. Also we people have seen uh, three forms of verbs, five forms of verbs, how we can make verb from noun, how we can make verb from adjective, that we people have discussed yesterday. So in today's session, we people will talk about auxiliary verbs in that model auxiliary, and after that we will have some exercise. Okay, so let's begin. I will share the screen. All you people just pay attention and tell me, reply me with whether my voice is clear to you, as well as you people are able to see the screen clearly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so just wait for 1 minute so that we'll just begin. Okay, so let's pay attention and try to understand what do we understand by model auxiliaries. Yesterday also I have told you people that the difference between primary auxiliary and model auxiliary. So in case of primary auxiliary, you will come to know that primary auxiliaries are just helping to the main verb to complete the meaning of that particular sentence. But model auxiliaries, they are not like primary auxiliaries. Why they are called model auxiliaries? Because they come with their own meaning. They have their own meaning. They carry their certain meaning, and so therefore they are called model auxiliaries. And so therefore it is important that we have to be clear with model auxiliaries and their different meanings, their different uses, so that we people can use them in our communication for writing or for speaking as well. Okay, so we'll talk first of all with this the shall and will. So all you people can understand that shall and will, uh, they're used for future tense. In all future tense you'll come to know that the use of shall and will is there. Okay, so first use for this, then again you people can remember, try to understand that use of shall and will, that shall is used with the pronouns only I and we. Okay, and will is used for remaining all pronouns. You can use it for uh, you can use it for he, she, it. You can use it for they as well. Okay, but that is what we people usually and commonly we see. But apart from that, you people can use will also. After I and we people have seen in various sentences, or people use I will and we will as well. Okay, so in that case, all you people will come to know that you can use I will also, you can use I shall also, but there is difference. It is not same. When you say I will and when you say I shall, both sentences will not be same. So there is some difference. So tell me what will be difference between if your sentence is like this, I shall go to Pune, and if there is another sentence which can be like this, I will go to Pune. So what will be difference between these two sentences? Or between difference between shall and will?
Shall
Do,
is
yes, Sayush.
shall is possibility and will is confirmation.
Yes, you're perfect. So shall shows just future activity. I shall go to Pune in this case, maybe or may not be. So, as you said, possibility, but in that, it doesn't mean that possibility exactly here. That it is not sure. And when you're determined, when you're certain, when you're sure, in that case, you people can use will. So that is the difference. You're right. Okay. So you can think about that. I will help you. So it shows determination. Okay. Then next, I have already told you that we people use will after he. So, but it is not sure you people can use he shall also. Okay. But now meaning is not same. Meaning is not for just conveying future tense. If you're using he will, it will be future tense. But here it is not only future tense, but now the meaning changes and it becomes threat. If you're saying he shall not come here again, so that is not just future tense, but it is a kind of threat that you're just telling someone that he should not come here again for this. Okay. Then it can be order also. He shall obey my orders. So this is an order. So it means that he has to follow my orders. Okay. Now, if you change it into interrogative form, in that case, its meaning will be again different. Now, if you're making a question with will, and that becomes a request. So you can ask, will you close the door? So that is a kind of request. Will you come here? Will you give me your pen? Will you send me your, let's say, paper? Something like this. You can change it as per your needs. Instead of just close the door, you can think it here for other sentences and you people can try to use it. So it becomes request. Okay. Remember request, we can use almost all modal auxiliaries for making request, but here it becomes a request. And in next example, if you are making question or interrogative sentence with shall, then its meaning again different. It becomes a suggestion. Like here, shall we go for walk? So it becomes a suggestion. Or it can be offer also. Shall we go for tea? Shall we go for lunch? Shall we go for party? Shall we go for picnic? Shall we go for class? Shall we go for this and that? So you can change. I already told you. You can just replace this with this and you can just use it in your own ways. So that is use of shall and will that people can just try to use it, try to understand it. And important is not just understanding, but you need to learn how you people can use it in your writing, or maybe if you're speaking oral communication. In oral communication you people have to use it. It is not just for understanding, because for understanding everybody can understand because that is quite simple, but important is that you should start using it. Okay, now here we are with the next, and that next modal auxiliaries are can and could. So could is past of can, but it is not always in the past that could is used. Could can be used in present also. Okay, so can or could both show ability. So can shows ability in present, could shows ability in the past. Okay, I can climb this mountain. So it shows what you have, what is your ability, what you can do. So here climbing this mountain is the ability. Similarly, if you're using it in negation, that will show what you cannot do. Okay, so if here it is any sentence, you just tell me one sentence with negation, with not, with cannot. So tell me one example with not. Can you tell me one example with not? Like, I cannot speak French. Okay, so in this case, it shows my inability. So ability or inability, if you're making negation, that will be inability. If you're using it positively, that will be your ability. I can swim, I can dance, I can jump, I can run, I can do number of things. So you can think about your abilities, which are your abilities, and you just try to express them, what you can do. Okay. Then in next sentence, in next example, you're able to see it. Okay, so he can't come here. Yes, that is also. All right. So pay attention to the next sentence. She could sing a song. Here it shows ability in the past, because your could is used in the past and it shows past ability. She could sing a song, and it's also indicates now she does not sing. It was in the past that she could sing, but now she does not have this ability. So it was an activity in the past. Then next, if you're using it in interrogative, then it becomes a request. Could I use your pen? That becomes a request, and it is polite request. In earlier example, if you're using it, will I use or will you give me your pen? That is also request, but that is just a request. And could I use your pen? That becomes more polite. So that you people need to understand. If you wanted to make a polite request, you can make a request with could. Okay. And if you are using sentences in interrogative with can I get a piece of cake? So this is your permission. You are asking for a piece of cake. Okay, so that is permission. So it can be used for ability, it can be used for permission as well. I hope that you people are getting it, you're understanding. And if you're having any question, you just try to ask me. If you're not understanding, if you're not getting it, if you need more explanation, in that case, you have to ask me. You can unmute and speak, or you can just send me something into chat box also. Then we are on next slide, and next slide is talking about should. So should is used for advice. So all the time we people need to understand, if you wanted to give advice to someone, you people can use should. Okay, so you should study hard. So this is an advice, or that can be also called a suggestion also. And you can change it with different examples. You should work hard, you should go home, you should do this, because advice doesn't have any particular restricted sentences. You can give advice in any terms. Okay, you should do exercise regularly, you should wake up early in the morning. So in short, what you people wanted to be done, for that you people can use it with should. Okay, then this is similar to ought to. Ought to also shows moral obligation. Moral obligation means that you have to do something. If you are not doing, then other people will think that you are not moral, you are not ethical, or your behavior will be odd in that case. So that ought to suggests moral obligation. So you can see here example that says you ought to take care of your parents. Okay, so here ought to, so it is not a compulsion, but you have to do it. So that is a moral obligation. If you are not doing, so people will think that how careless is the son, or how cruel he is, that he is not taking care of his parents. So from that point of view, you ought to take care of your parents, like this. Then next we people have a model auxiliary, that is would. So would is used to show past habit, and if it is an interrogative, it can be used for polite request. You can make with would also, and you can make with could also. Okay, so would you please give me your book? So that becomes again most polite request. In earlier two examples, we have seen how to make a request, but in formal situations, and in if you want to be polite, in that case you can use this kind of way. Would you please give me your book? Would you please close the door? Would you please give me some money? Would you please call the doctor? Something like this. So different situation, depending upon the situations, the people can think that how you can make a request with like this, would you please? Okay. Then next we people will talk about habit. Okay, so in present you will see he always visited the temple, that is in the past, and it shows that always shows that he was doing that activity regularly, so it becomes a habit. Which word? Always, but it is past. Okay, same meaning is conveyed with this model auxiliary would. What do you mean by would here? He would visit the temple. Same. It is a habit in the past which is conveyed by this meaning. Again, you can understand that is also conveyed with used to. Used to also conveys the same meaning that is habit in the past. He used to visit the temple. It conveys that the habit was in the past and now it is discontinued. In present, now he does not go. It is in the past that he was going, but now he does not go. That meaning is conveyed with these three sentences are same. They are conveying same meaning. What is it? That is habit in the past. He always visited, shows regularly visiting of temple. Would visit, it also shows that he used to visit the temple in the past, but now he doesn't visit. And he used to also mean the same, that shows the habit in the past. Then we'll go to the next slide, and next you have may. Okay, so may is used for permission, may is used for possibility, may is used for purpose, may is used for wish as well. Okay, so all of you are familiar with this sentence, may come in sir. And whenever you people are outside the classroom and teacher is inside the classroom and you wanted to enter the classroom, you cannot enter directly, but you have to take permission of your teacher and you ask to your teacher, may I come in sir, may I come in madam, something like this. There are so many students, they are not clear with the sentence. Do you know what they call? They call my come in sir. So it is not my come in, but it is may I come in sir. So you have to be clear with this. So this is permission. Then next we'll talk about possibility. If the sentence is like this, it may rain today, that indicates possibility, that there is possibility that rain may come today. Then next sentence shows purpose. Purpose of what? Why we particular activity is doing. We eat that we may live. So here if you ask this question, why do we eat? The purpose of eating will be shown here, that we may live. So may here in this sentence, it shows purpose. And here is the last one that is used for wish. Okay, so when your friend has birthday today and you're wishing him, you can wish him by using may. May God bless you. May your dreams come true. May you be successful. May you anything. And not only for that kind of wishes, but if there is a death of some person, you can express sad wishes also by using may your soul lie in the peace, may you rest in peace, something like this. Okay, so for that purpose also may is used, which is here for wish. Okay, so that was all about may. Then we'll go for next slide for might. So might is also used for permission and possibility. So might I use your mobile? That is very rare, but it is more formal. Okay, you'll not see common. Maximum time will be seen that other words are used. Maybe may is used. May I use a pen for permission also? As we people have seen that may come in, may I use your pen, something like this. So it is used for permission as well. And might also shows possibility. If you see, he might be at home, might shows possibility. So difference between may and might possibility is that may conveys more possibility than might. When you are less sure, you can use might. When you are more sure, you can use may. Okay. Then here we people have must. Okay, and you people have to think about that must is used for obligation or something which is compulsory, that is you have to do it. In that case, you people cannot escape, you cannot go away, you cannot avoid it. For such things you people can use must. Okay, so you must submit your project. It indicates that you cannot escape from submitting your project. You have to submit. You must not, if it is a negation like this, you must not smoke in the premises, it means that you shouldn't do anything like this. So therefore must not means you are not allowed to do a certain thing in any case. So for such things we people use negation, must not. Okay, then we people will go for next one. These are called semi models. Need to. So what is this need to? Need to is nothing but it shows necessity. Okay, so while doing something, whether it is necessary or not necessary, in from that point of view, you can decide whether you can use it. Okay, you need to study hard, so it shows necessity. You need to take rest, it shows necessity. So depending upon your intention, you can change. You can use here, you should study hard. You can say you will study hard. You can say you may study hard. When you're using it with different model auxiliaries, every time meaning will be different. And now in this case, it is going to show necessity. So there is need, there is necessity that you have to study hard. There is necessity to take rest. So need to shows necessity. The next it is ought to. Already people have talked about ought to. It shows moral obligation that what you people have to do. Or it can you can replace it with should also. Sometimes you will see that should can be replaced with this ought to. So you ought to obey your parents. So it shows moral obligation. Moral obligation is some things which are ethical that you people have to do it. I ought to study hard. So this is also maybe in that case, if your parents are providing money, maybe they are working hard and they are providing money. And in such case, if you are not studying, then it is not fair. So in that case, you can say, I ought to study hard. Okay. And used to, I have already told you about used to also. Used to is used for showing past habit which is discontinued. In present it is not going on. For example, he used to smoke. It tells that in the past he was smoking, but right now he doesn't smoke. I used to go to gym. It shows in the past I was going to the gym, but now I don't go to gym. So discontinued habit in the present. It was in the past which was continuous, but now in the present it is discontinued like this. Okay, so I hope that all you people might have getting it, understanding it. Then here we are with this model auxiliary dare to. So dare to, meaning of dare to is courage. So you people can use it in positive and negative also. Dare not to touch my bag. So it means that you don't touch my bag. Or you can use it like this also. How dare you to come here? So for in both sentences, it shows courage. Okay, so that's all about model auxiliaries. I hope that you people might have got it. Any questions based on model auxiliary? If you have any questions, you people can ask me. Otherwise, we people are going to move towards the next slide, that will be exercise. So first of all, just be clear whether you are getting it or any questions are there. Reply me. With any of the model auxiliaries. If you are having questions, doubt, you can ask me. If you don't have, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about exercise. If it is audible, you have to reply with yes or no so that we can go ahead. You can reply with a chat box or you can unmute and speak. So I'm waiting here for your reply and you people are not taking anything. So it thinks that it seems that my voice is not audible. It seems that you're not understanding anything. Okay, all right, Pragati. Thank you, Mayuri. Thank you for your reply. All right. So with this, all you people just be ready. You people can go for exercise. So exercise will be based on that kind of things only, which we people have just discussed. So all you people just try to read this question. We ought to work hard. The model auxiliary in the above sentence expresses. So what is the meaning of ought to in this sentence? And here you people have to answer whether it expresses a duty, determination, threat, or necessity. Here you people have to answer. You people can answer through chat box. If you want to answer through poll, you can answer through poll as well. So if you're answering to chat box, I can see here. I can see Pragati and Mayuri. They have answered. Okay, all right. So poll will be available just for 30 seconds. So I got answers from Pragati, Mayuri, and Chaitrali, and all of them, they are thinking that option A ought to express as duty. Okay. And in poll also, I can see almost 50% people are with option A. Okay. So that shows that there is answer. Determination, auto is not showing determination. It is not threat at all. And we people have just talked about necessity also. So it is not necessity also. Okay. So therefore, what is answer? It is obvious that it is duty. So all you people just ensure that all you people got it right. All right. Then with this, we people are going to move towards the next question. And next question is in front of you. It says, fill in the blank with proper model auxiliary. If you want success, you dash have strength of character. And here your options are you should have, you would have, you might have, you could have. And for this, you people can answer through poll as well. I got answer from Pragati. Others, please just be active. Everyone has to answer. If you're answering to chat box, that is fine for me. If you don't feel that you're not sure, you can answer through poll as well. Okay, I got answer from Mayuri also. All right, so we people will just talk about that, what we people can think about. Okay, so if you're going to put first option, you should have. Okay?
Should.
Yes, that's right, should. If you think you would have, that will not be okay. Might, you might have, that is also not. You could have, could also will not be okay, because could will be a possibility, ability, and then maybe would is also in the past, so it cannot be here. It can be a suggestion. Okay, so therefore option A will be the answer. Sure, because that will show a kind of suggestion or advice. So therefore option A will be answer here. Okay, so with this, you people just go to the next question. Next question is about select the correct model to express permission. So remember that here you're asked for permission, and sentence is you dash return my book tomorrow, and here your options are shall, will, can, must. Okay, and you people have to answer through chat box as well as with poll. So I got answer from Pragati and Snehal. So all you people have to think here. You have to think about what? Permission. So based on that, you people have to choose your option. I got answer from Sayush. All right, this time here in poll having mixed options. So 29% people chose D, 36% people chose C, and again 36% people chose option D. Okay. So, but for permission, shall, does shall express permission? Shall does not. Will, you will return my book. Is it permission? It is not permission. You can return my book tomorrow. Is it permission?
Yes.
Yes, that is permission. Must shows obligation, compulsion. So therefore, that answer will be can. Next. choose the correct auxiliary verb. Students dash follow the school regulations. May, might, mostly, or must. Here also you people have to answer now. What do you think? Yes, I got answer from Sayush. Others, please reply. Use poll, use chat box and answer. It can be your guess. It should not be that like you're expecting I should know correct answer only and then will answer. It is not like that. So I got an answer from Pragati also. So whenever you people are thinking about the situation is the school, okay. Yes, Mayuri is also with option must. Okay. So when the situation is the school and we are talking about regulation, you cannot say may follow. What is may? So there is no any kind of concession or exemption that you people will get for following school regulations. Might similar to may, mostly is not relevant here. So what is going? It is a kind of compulsion. Everybody has to follow school rules and regulations. So therefore, that compulsion will be expressed with must. So therefore, option D will be answer here. The next sentence, choose the correct phrase to replace the underlined word. Here is one sentence and there is underlined with can. Okay. Lata can sing a song and you wanted to replace can with the following options. So your options are was able to, are able to, is able to, or were unable to. And people have to answer. So here I got response from Sayush, from Mayuri, from Pragati. Almost 45 students are connected. All others just try to reply. With Pooja is also with option C. So here I would like to tell that many of the students, you have to be clear with this sentence. Lata can sing. So can is modal auxiliary, which shows ability. Okay. And here people have to think can is in present. So people cannot choose was. So option A and option D will not be there. Now talk about Lata is singular. So can you choose Lata are able to? You cannot choose Lata are able to. So what is left? Lata is able to. So that is ability. Able means ability. Okay. So therefore, option C is answer. The next is choose the correct sentence in which the underlined word shows obligation. So from the following four options, think about which option shows obligation. You should obey your parents. You must complete your homework. It may rain today. You ought to study hard. Okay. And you people can answer through poll also. So here I'm getting a response from Pragati and Sayush. Mayuri. So all right, so here we are getting maximum response for option B, and that must shows obligation. Okay, so all you people are right that must shows obligation. That we people are clear with. Then next, choose the correct sentence which shows suggestion now. She must not go out after 8 p.m. You should work hard to get success. She will go to Pune. I may come tomorrow. So which sentence, which option you feel that shows suggestion? So I got answer from Pragati, Mayuri, Pooja, all right, this time also maximum response is for option B. So we already talked about this suggestion is with should. So therefore, all you people have to ensure that option B is going to answer. Must is not, there is compulsion or obligation. Will is just simple future activity. May shows possibility. So you cannot go for these options, but you should work hard to get success. That will be the correct answer. Now you people have another question, different question. Choose the verb form of liberty. And your options are libertine, liberation, liberality, liberate. And you have to answer. Your options are poll is in front of you. Choose the correct option. I got answer from Mansi. Others people can just try to answer through poll as well. Sanyush also. So here you have asked verb form. Okay. So verb form, it means it is showing some activity. So yes, all right. So from Mansi corrected her answer. Pragati and Sanyush, all people, they are just coming with option D. And in poll also, I can say 64% people have chosen option D, which is answer. Okay, so yes, Mayuri also. And that is answer. Liberty is noun. Libertine is not. I think it may not be having the proper spelling. Liberation is noun, so you cannot go for liberation. Liberate will be answer. Option B. Sorry, option D. Then we are here with next question. Choose the correct alternative. He walked so fast that I dash not overtake him. Can, could, will, would. I got answer immediately from Sanyush. Others please reply. From Mansi also. Others please reply. From Pragati, Pooja, Mayuri, think about, you can get a clue from this walk. Here is walk. So based on that, you people can think, you people can choose your options. Pragati, Pooja. All right. So the sentence is like this. He walked. So this walked is in past. Okay. So people have to think about, if it is in past, you cannot choose will. You cannot go for would, but it will be past ability. So therefore, you cannot go for can as well. So it will be could. He walked so fast that I could not overtake him. So therefore, option B will be correct answer. So Pragati, Pooja, you people are right. Everybody is right. Then next we are going to, no, that's all over. We are going to close it. We are going to stop here. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me anything. Any questions? If not, okay, fine. Then
Yes,
we'll
sir.
take, okay, fine. Then we'll take attendance and we'll stop here. So just stay connected. Roll number 77, Rushikesh, you just use format that other people are using like this. Don't give space after essay. Okay, roll number 1, roll number 3, roll number 7, 8, roll number 10, 11, roll number 14, 15, then 16, 17, then 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 30, 32, 35, 36, 42, 43, 46, 47, 48, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 59, 60, 61, 62, 65, 67, 71, 73, 75, 76. Pooja, you have to use format, proper format. 80. And roll number who is something with division F, 68. Prathamesh Survase, I think that he is not connected with audio. So someone, if you are familiar with Prathamesh Survase, call him and tell him that he has joined with F68. So he should join with audio and just try to give your attendance. All right, so with this, we people will stop here. Absent numbers for today's lectures are like this: roll number 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 13, then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 33, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 44, 45, 49, 50, 51, 57, 58, 63, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74. These are absent numbers. If anybody is present, you just let me know that you are present here. So with this, I will end this meeting. So should I end this meeting for all?
77.
Yes, 77, you are there. I already told you that you have to rename in a proper format. Don't use space after essay. All of the students are following. After essay, they're mentioning their roll numbers. You have given space, so you can remove that space. So your roll number will be with sequence.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, fine. So I will end this meeting.